One of the questions I think a lot of fans have been asking is, well, gee, why not just release this digitally in May on sort of the scheduled date? I don't know if you had any insight into how that might work or what the decision making is there.
Well, there hasn't been a final decision yet.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
There hasn't been a final decision yet. This interview was released after Naughty Dog's statement about the current delay. I'll leave a link to the full podcast interview, whatever you want to call it, in the description. But before we delve deeper into today's topic, I want to thank fellow content creators Blackwoods and TJ. Sorry if I pronounced any of y'all wrong. We were all struck by mistake from Sony because we wanted to warn our audiences to stay safe online due to the recent events that has transpired. These two people has helped get the info to Naughty Dog, and so far Black seems to have had his strike lifted. It's awesome to see the community banding together when shit hits the fan like this, so make sure to check both of them out in the description down below. Anyway, as you heard in the beginning of the video, Neil was asked why not release the game digitally due to obviously discs being hard to produce and get out there during the C19 situation we're in. So Neil said that there hasn't been a final decision yet. This does not confirm that a digital release will happen before a physical one, but it does not say that an early digital release won't happen at all. Neil also states that the game is pretty much done and all that's left to do right now is to get rid of bugs and polish it, so to say. So in case you live under a rock, part 2 has been delayed without a new release date due to C19. And in the interview, Neil said that Naughty Dog didn't want to rush employees, that people came first, people started working from home, and they were able to take days off, and they were told, if you miss the release date, the May 19th date, you miss it, don't worry, the people comes first, which is a good thing to do, unlike Amazon. I still think the possibility of an early digital release is slim. After Neil says no final decision has been made, he talks further about internet infrastructure issues since this is a worldwide release. A good friend of mine suggested that what if they release the game on different days online to lower the chances of the PSN servers crashing. I think people will get really frustrated with this. I like the idea. I mean, if you could get the game on May 30th, would you rather have the game one day after the initial release date rather than months after the initial release date? But I think since there would be too many people heated, I don't think Naughty Dog and Sony would do this. I've said it before and I'll say it again, I'm a filthy casual, I don't know how things work really, but let's say they cut down the money spent on disc production and use that to buy more server memory. And also that all the people that order the game online, let's say, correct me if I'm wrong, if you order something online, you get an email confirmation of some sort that you pre-ordered the game, right? You get a receipt. What if, along with the email, you get a reply later on with a digital code to part 2 explaining things? I don't know. But for those who ordered the game in stores or don't have an internet connection at all, since some people do, they have a console without an internet connection at home, I don't see how they would be able to bypass C19 delaying the game. I don't see how they get through this without having to just wait the C19 situation out. And that's why I think the chances of getting a digital release before a physical one is very slim. Naughty Dog and Sony has stated they want to be fair to all players. Neil even mentions that they want to be fair and get the game, like they want to get the game out to majority of people, and that it wouldn't be fair to give it out to a small fraction of people. But in my opinion, a small fraction of people, like majority of the people that are going to play part 2, I'd assume they have an internet connection. I mean, you probably got an internet connection watching this right now. Yeah. I don't know. For me, I feel like if, let's say you ordered physical and you're fine with having digital instead to get the game, to bypass the delay somehow. I don't know. And to be honest, the people that don't have an internet connection, they can't go online, right? So they're at a lower risk of getting spoilers. Because maybe they're thinking that, maybe they're considering that, what if a bunch of people get to play the game early and some people don't? What if the risks of spoilers increase? I mean, people without internet connection, they would be the one missing out on this, right? They're at a lower risk of spoilers, so I don't know. To be honest, I kind of feel like, unfortunately, we do live in a world where capitalism rules. Majority of people that would play The Last of Us probably has an internet connection. Some might have slower than others, but hey, if I had slow internet, I'd gladly put my PS4 on rest mode for 2 days while part 2 downloads. But I think also a reason to this might be that, you know, at the end of the day, capitalism rules the world and Sony is a company. Obviously, we have to consider the possibility that they might want to maximize profit as early as they can. And let's say with digital copies, maybe they're scared that people would, you know, family share a lot and things like that, and they're scared that that might, you know, cause sales to dip. Because with the discs, you can't really share a disc to multiple people at the same time. With family share, you can have multiple people being able to play your games from your library. So maybe that's something that they're thinking about that they're not telling us. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of what if I put myself in the shoes of a business type shit like that. Anyway, then Neil was asked about why don't you release a demo on the PSN store. And to summarize it quickly, the 2019 demo was controlled behind closed doors. They used the full game and they cut it down to have a demo. And the demo is outdated according to Neil, so it wouldn't be a good representation of the game currently. And in my opinion, the demo would probably get data mined and hacked, which can cause more spoilers and leaks to pour out online. Neil said that all the team's energy at the moment is focused on finishing the game, which I want, rather than them shifting a bit of focus on creating a demo. We want all the focus they can on finishing the game at a healthy and safe pace, of course. But the game seems to be in its final weeks, and I'll have a video on that soon. So to summarize, there's a very slim chance we might get a digital release early, but it's very slim, since there's been a statement about being fair to players, but the final decision has not been made yet. I don't know, who knows, maybe if there's enough requests, I don't know. We have to be understanding. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Now what about yours? Would you want a digital release before a physical one, as long as you get a code, even if you did pre-order a disc version? Or do you still want a disc version, even if it means you'll have to wait a couple of months? Comment your thoughts and discuss with each other down below. Like, share, sub with the bell if you're new. Whatever you want to do, and I'll see you when I see you.
Enter and survive.